Health and wellness check-in today, Sunday, 8 December 2024. I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle, and I'm checking in for my health and wellness, social, mental, and physical this past week, Monday 2, today, Sunday, 8 December 2024. On the whole, it was a balanced week across all three categories. Yes. So that's the introduction and week summary. Social. So I did my walking and running 4 days, and there were included neighborhood friendly faces. I also went out shopping and stuff, and people were friendly and good moods and stuff. My own copy of 2022 film Elvis. Security set up at each. Okay, so the night after I brought up Jeff Bezos, can I have my Elvis DVD? The projected delivery date was Tuesday, 10 December 2024 of this coming week. And after I brought it up in a video, I got an email that night, like 2-something a.m., that it had been shipped, or at least the order had been shipped. Something had been shipped, so I'm guessing it's in there. I opened the email, but okay. So anyway, so I went shopping in person, and I'm going to go through the 3 and then what I ended up doing, which I've kind of done already, but this is a little bit of it. It's from like kind of the hindsight perspective. So shopping in person in store Tuesday, 3 December 2024, Target, Linwood location. Online said 6 available for the location. I asked in person about the 2022 film Elvis on DVD, and he initially interpreted as CDs. One way of knowing people do not normally ask my question. So when I clarified, he said the 6 were on backstock and not on site. It was my first visit of that day, and then third, so chronologically first stop, and then third rank in terms of quantity and quality of offerings for DVDs in store, aside from that since they didn't have that. All right. Fred Meyer, Linwood location, no copies, had holiday DVDs though. I asked in person about Elvis DVD, and he said no to having Elvis DVDs. It was my second visit of the day. Tie for first rank in terms of quality. Only place to have Christmas movies, and they had a handful, like I think it was like 4 titles or something. Second rank in terms of quality. No, not quality. Quantity. Sorry. It was tied for first ranks in terms of quality. Fred Meyer, Shoreline location, the one at the top of the hill. There are no copies. It was my third visit, tied for first rank in terms of quality. Had 2024 new releases and a different 2022 film, Uncharted. I got first rank in terms of quantity. It was hands down the most offerings. I was like, go my local Fred Meyer. And so then after that, I decided to shop online. So still Tuesday, 3 December 2024 on Amazon.com. So the copy was $10.24 pre-tax. I got one for me and one for my parents for Christmas. I also got Deepwater Horizon for $7.61 pre-tax, and Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets for $9.00. And it's the only movie I have both a collectible ticket and DVD for once I get it. Yeah. So that's kind of cool. Total pre-tax for that order was $37.09, or $37.09, so $37.09, and with tax was $40.94. So that's social. Mental health. My biological sister has not contacted me about whether she has had her baby or not. Due date of, what was it, Tuesday, 10 December 2024. However, my parents have shared with me that she has had and and I have seen a picture of the baby with my sister and the father of the baby. So there's that. I think I perhaps am handling it better than a lot of people are, like, because they were in the hospital. So then them going back to their house, there's like, but how do we see them? How do we make sure they have what they need? And so I'm just like, I'm staying back. All the grandparents are stressed out and stuff. I'm here as moral support for the grandparents of this side of the family. All right, and that last, physical health, cold air on my lungs. So did not walk, run on, it was Wednesday. Yeah, so it was been sub 40 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm not, but I'm not sick. And so I went around driving on Tuesday in the evening with the heat on in my car, and my lungs were like pristine. And I was like, it's just the cold air, which I kind of already figured out, but like, you know, spending time in the car, the hot air, my throat was just fine. I was like, it's just cold air. So it was like, I looked at the temperature gauge and it was like 34 degrees Fahrenheit. I was like, no, that is not going in my lungs for an hour. Like, I'll go in the garage where it's 40-some degrees Fahrenheit. So I decided to be very cognizant of my health. And then, yes, there was that. Oh, and I guess a little bit about me. When I was growing up, so I do have mild asthma. But before we knew that, I actually did have lung problems. So I've always had a sensitivity to water moisture in the air, and dry air I have struggled with. And so when I was growing up, my parents actually had to have a humidifier to moisturize, to put water moisture into the air. Otherwise it would go when I was like really, really young. So I have a history of like dry air and cold air, like it just, and that was when my asthma acted up, like an attack was like, and then we had to figure out getting an inhaler and stuff like that when I was young. I don't use an inhaler and haven't for over a decade. But back then it was temperature, it was a snowstorm or something like that. It was really cold. So knowing my lungs are below average quality when it comes to water moisture in the cold, I decided to not push it. So there we go. In conclusion, it was a good week with some adventurous shopping out in society. And I am Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. I am Tanis Coralee Presley, she, her, hers of Graceland.